DIY or Die, Walker Vapor Group LLC, or any of its associates do not condone nor encourage the use of nicotine, vapor products, or any mood-altering substances without the explicit consent of a physician. The content viewable on this channel is strictly for entertainment purposes only and not meant to be seen as informational or educational. Must be 21 years or older to view these materials.
Silky beat.
Mixers, welcome back to another glorious episode of the MIXINVIXENS. What's up, everybody? My name is Emily, also known as mlNikon. Let's say hello to our other Vixens. First up, we've got the lovely Rin. Hi, Rin.
Hi.
How's it going?
It's going.
Good. And we've got Jen, the TheJuiceFairy. Hello, Jennifer.
What's up, everybody?
Hello.
Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday. How's your weekend?
Pretty good. Went to a wedding yesterday. Had loads of fun. Dragged my husband out of the house, which is always a challenge.
Weddings are so much fun. Good food, good dancing. Love it.
It was hot as heck, though. It was a non-air conditioning place. They had big fans, but yesterday the temperature rose for some God-forsaken reason, and we were hot. But it was still fun. I still had a good time.
Good.
Free booze,
awesome.
you know?
I didn't really do anything this weekend. I just kind of boring weekend things. Went grocery shopping, did laundry, that kind of
I've been experimenting some more with the hair color stuff.
Yeah, I like it.
Next week I'm gonna be pink.
Ooh, cool.
When this washes out, I've got a pink and I got a purple.
Nice.
And I've got a peach color, but I mean, it takes a week for this stuff to wash out. So after it washes out, I'll play with other colors.
Fun. All right, let's just get on into it, guys. Sorry we're a little late there. We, as you can see on the picture in the corner, we did a little lime slush ice cream thing. How did you guys like mixing this up this week?
I enjoyed it. I was ready for it. And Noted gave me some cheat sheets because I used the flavor of the week.
Yeah. Nice.
It's green.
How about you, Rin? Did you like playing with this profile?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah. I'm not normally like a kind of a lime type person or like like a slush type person, but it was really fun. I did a pretty good lime slush probably good like 2 or 3 years ago, and so I just kind of worked off of that as my base, and I'm just really enjoying it. It's tasty and I love it. And let's get on into it. Lumi's not here today, guys, because she's going on a trip tomorrow, so she needed the time to get ready for that. So sorry about that if you all miss Lumi. But who wants to go first and talk about their recipe?
Well, you started talking about yours.
All right.
We know yours is lime. You might as well go.
All right, we will go ahead and I just entitled my mlNikon's lime Misty, because Misty is what Rin said is the name of that Dairy Queen treat. So what I did was I did 1.5% Capella hibiscus, 1.25% Flavora lime, 0.75% FA Oba Oba, 1% FA Sour Wizard, 0.5% Capella Super Sweet, and 2% TFA Vanilla Swirl. I did the hibiscus because it's got a really nice like syrupy sweetness that I think like embodies, like does a really good job of texturizing slushies and making it kind of sweet and giving that sticky syrupiness to it. And then I went with Flavora lime. Some people don't like this one. Some people say it's like a little Windexy. I don't get that at all. I just get a very bright, very artificial green lime, which is what I wanted for a lime slush, right? Like you don't want like a natural pick from the tree, like lime tasting or zest or anything like that. I wanted that bright neon green artificial like lime flavor. So that's why I went with that. F.A. Oba Oba is just to kind of add to that like candy texture, that like kind of sweet, it just kind of gives it an interesting texture to it, and adds that syrupy sweetness. And then I went with F.A. Sour Wizard because I wanted some more tartness. Like Flavora Lime is pretty bright and tart anyway, but I just wanted to pump that up and just make it a little more tart. Of course, super sweet, because when you're doing candy or you're doing anything like sweet like that, and you could use the malic acid, go for the super sweet, it helps brightens it all up. And then vanilla swirl, because to me, like that is vanilla soft serve, like Dairy Queen ice cream, So I'm like, I don't need to go crazy on the creams. Like one flavor will do it. So I just basically, I focused on the slush and then added the vanilla swirl. And it's tasty and I really like it. It's nothing, it's one of those, this is one of those mixes for me anyway. It's nothing special. It's very simple and direct, but it's tasty. You don't need it to be complicated, So.
Yeah, looks good. And, I would imagine that it didn't matter, even if it's a little bit Windexy to some people, I would imagine that vanilla swirl would have tamed that anyways, even for the people who are sensitive to it.
That's a good idea. I hadn't thought of that. You're probably right though. So, even if you may get a little bit of that from lime, it's still worth trying out to see if the vanilla swirl calms that down. Like I said, I don't get any Windex from it at all, but some people do. And if you do and you want to give it a try, let us know if it works. It probably does.
So the question is, how did you like it?
Oh, I've been enjoying the crap out of it all week. I really like it. It's tasty. I like sweet things, and this is really sweet. Like this is, I wanted to drive home with the super sweet and the oba and the hibiscus. Like I wanted to drive home that like sticky, syrupy sweet.
How creamy is it?
It's pretty creamy too. Like it with that vanilla swirl is just, to me, it's like that perfect, like soft serve. It's not like thick and voluminous like Flavora cream or something. It's like a little bit of a thinner, like a soft serve, but it's got that good vanilla note, and yeah, I really enjoy it. I think the vanilla and the lime go really well together in this mix, and it's a good balanced, tasty recipe.
Okay, sounds good. I just think with 2% vanilla swirl, it'd be pretty creamy for me anyhow, but I would be sensitive to the creams in it. And did you steep it?
It's only been steeping for 5 days. It's one of those things, it's really good right off the bat, but after a few days, that vanilla swirl comes through even a little bit more.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering, if the vanilla swirl came through stronger after a couple of days.
Yeah, it does. It definitely has more vanilla to it than when it was completely fresh, but it's still not overpowering. Like it's still very well balanced.
Still very well balanced.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what matters. That's what matters. Now let's draw straws. Rin or Jennifer? We'll let you pick, Emily, since I picked you.
All right. Rin, how about you go?
Well, mine's very similar to yours, so that makes sense. So my favorite lime is Flavora Lime. I tried a couple other ones and I just didn't like them as much. So I also did Flavora Lime at 0.3%, Lime Wedge from Flavora at 0.1, only because I wanted to give it a little bit more depth, and the lime, as much as I like it, it does fade for me. Not as much as other limes, but it does fade a little bit.
I think that Lime Wedge fades way faster and way more than lime.
Oh, well.
Like that Lime Wedge is awesome. It is a great flavor for like half a day, and then it's just gone.
Well, it's in there. And then I also used Vanilla Swirl because, like she said, it's just straight up soft serve. There's no off notes, there's no butter notes, which a lot of vanilla ice creams for me have. And I felt like in this, that's not really something you necessarily want. So I used that 1.25. And then just to bump up the vanilla just slightly, I added 0.25 Flavor Art Vanilla Classic.
Nice.
And that's it.
I thought about adding another vanilla to bump it up a little bit more, but I already had a lot of flavors, and I was just like, nah, vanilla swirl's good enough. But I think that's a good idea, and I bet that's really tasty.
I've never had one of those, Misty, so I don't know how much vanilla ice cream there's in it, other than what the picture shows.
It's kind of like half and half, isn't it?
It's like 1/3 to 2/3, I would say. It's more slushy than ice cream. At least the one I had. I only had it once because I'm like, I don't even know what this is. Never heard of it.
I'm gonna go to Dairy Queen. Like, I'm gonna get a sundae or a Blizzard. You know, like I'm not gonna get a slush.
I would likely get a slush because I don't like ice cream. I'm one of those weirdos.
It was one of those things I saw on YouTube. YouTube has been very persuasive in influencing me to try a bunch of different things I've never had, which is good and bad. But yeah, someone had it and I was like, I've never heard of that. So yeah, I wanted to try it.
Nice.
It's pretty much like kind of like a creamsicle in a cup.
Yeah.
Would be the easiest way to describe it.
Now that makes me want to drive to Dairy Queen and go pick one up because I like creamsicles.
Yeah. I don't know that they have lime anymore. Like I googled it to see like the different flavors they have, and it seems like that.
Yeah, I wouldn't care what kind it would be. Vanilla and some sort of sherbet would be good to me.
Have you ever had the Chick-fil-A lemon thingy?
No, but I heard that's really good.
I don't eat fast food. I don't go to any of those places. So I haven't tried any of those things. But whenever you guys start talking about something, I'm like, oh, that sounds good. This sounds like something that's refreshing and cool. And it's something that I can pick up even if I don't pick up the fast food. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It gives me an excuse to do it. But now that you say that Chick-fil-A has some drink that I might enjoy, that gives me another stop at some point when I'm in town, just riding around thirsty, talk about, oh, let me swing by here, try this.
Yeah, I've heard good things about that lemonade thing from Chick-fil-A.
Well, I think it was wasn't it, what's his face? Starts with an S.
Oh yeah.
He stopped vaping. He used to be our judge.
Chiba?
No.
No.
Shindo. Yeah, Shindo, he made a mix with it, with the vape train.
Oh yeah.
Yogurt thingy.
I think I've had that too, and that was good.
Yeah, and it was. So
yeah,
it made me want to
good.
try the drink because I'm like, now I got to see if it's authentic. Like, does it actually
and
taste
was
like
it?
it? Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, that was a good mix. Awesome.
Nice. Interesting.
All right. Thanks for sharing, Rin. Your mix looks tasty also. Okay, Jennifer.
Here we go.
Chica.
We'll go with the off in left field green drink that I made, and I called mine Twisted Kiwi Misty. And I called it Twisted because it was a twist to the picture. Something they probably don't have, but I thought it would be great. So I used kiwi, and kiwi was last week's noted flavor of the week. I had already made up my mind I was going to do kiwi, but I was going to do kiwi and melons. And then after listening to you guys rave about the Flavor West and just how it was a perfect slushy flavor, and I think Dave's the one that said that, I was like, maybe I just need to lean into that slushy flavor instead of adding too much of anything else. So that's what I did. I went ahead and leaned in because I definitely didn't have it at 4% when I first started. I started it and it was even Stevens with the kiwi from FA. I had 2 and 2. And then I decided, you know what, I'm going to make this a 4-3-2-1. Well, that didn't work out. It ended up with a 4-2-1. 0.5.1. So I leaned in with 4% of Flavor West Kiwi. Then I added 2% of Flavor Art Kiwi to give it that little bit of sourness and fullness that the Flavor Art has. Because I did find that Flavor West was just slushy, syrupy kiwi.
Good
And I
stuff.
wanted it to punch through the vanilla. And I wasn't sure that was going to work once I added vanilla to it.
I
So,
love that you added guanabana into this mix.
yeah, it was on the counter and I looked at it and I was like, I picked it up and I sniffed it and then I sniffed what I already had in there and I was like, oh, this will go good in there. Because originally I was going to do a melon and guanabana kind of filled all those spots,
Yeah, it adds
plus it gave it the
creaminess.
cream.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I added 0.5% guanabana, which is just a little bit, but that was just a note in there that is kind of interesting. And it gives it kind of a melony backdrop, but not quite. And then I decided to go for my ice cream. I use SSA at 1% because SSA vanilla ice cream is pretty sweet in its own.
It is.
Not as creamy as TFA vanilla swirl, and it's just in a different kind of way.
It's like rich and sweet.
It's rich and sweet. That's right.
Yeah.
So I didn't want to boost that cream too much because I do have the guanabana in there and I wanted it to play along and not get lost in my vanilla. So I only did that at 1%. And then I added cooling agent and only a dab. So I only did 0.10 of cooling agent because I didn't want it to be a cold drink, a cold vape, but I wanted it to give you that essence of coolness when you were vaping it. So it's not that 0.1% of WS23 with the cream. It's very faint, but it's very good.
Awesome.
I didn't add sweetener. I think in my notes I did say sweetener is optional because that Flavor West kiwi to me is sweet enough. But somebody that is used to something sweeter and likes sweetness, 0.5% wouldn't hurt it any. But like I said, I already used pretty sweet flavors with the SSA vanilla ice cream and the Flavor West kiwi are pretty sweet, both of those flavors.
Very cool. This looks
So
good.
fail for 3, 2, 1, but 4, 2, 1 plus cooling agent. Navana.
Awesome. Yeah, kiwi. I never would have thought to do kiwi, but that sounds pretty good. Pretty tasty.
Well, and it might have been a 4, 2, 1 if the guanabana wouldn't have been on my counter. Because the only reason that went in there was because it was in front of me and it was calling my name. Worked out well though.
Awesome. All right. So even though Looney's not here, she did give us her recipe. So we can go ahead and read that. 1 second here. I believe James has this. If you want to put it up on the screen, that would be awesome. So we can all see what she came up with. Because she has a problem with limes as well. So she went in a different route as well. She did 0.99% for cream, 0.33% Wonder Flavors French Vanilla Thick, 3.66% VSO Honeydew, 0.17% FA Polar Blast, and 0.73 one-on-one whipped cream. I love how she used the whipped cream, Favora cream, and the French Vanilla Thick for her ice cream. Those all are really good, like thick, creamy flavors, and that vanilla is a really nice vanilla. And then just leaned into that BSO honeydew as her fruit. Yeah.
So she picked honeydew. That was one of the ones I had thought about doing as well. So I'm glad that there's 2 different fruits
Yeah.
outside of the lime. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm glad I didn't do the honeydew.
You're
that
not
I
the
did
only
go with
one. You weren't singled out.
Yeah. And I knew she was probably not going to do lime. I just knew that it needed to be something green. And my initial thought was honeydew. And then I took a sharp left turn when I saw noted on Monday.
Honeydew and cream is actually really good together. In fact, one of my first mixes, I think it was Wayne's, he did a remix or a clone of a commercial liquid. And it was honeydew. Yeah, honey boba. It was like a cantaloupe honeydew and then some creams in there, and it was just really good. And it's nostalgic for me. You know how like the first of something is kind of takes you back or is kind of nostalgic.
Yeah,
Whenever
and
I
I really like the honey boba as well, and many different mixes of honeydew and cream I've made through as time has gone on. So, I mean, of course, that was the first place I went to was honeydew as well. And then I was like, I don't know that I want to go back to honeydew and cream right now. Because it is something, once you get that on your coil, it's over.
Oh, it's done. Yeah.
Done.
Yeah, I don't know how bad VSO honeydew is about that, but I know like TFA honeydew, like you can't even get it near the coil.
Yeah, and I didn't have VSO, and I like TFA honeydew, and I like TFA honeydew too as well. So that's what I would have used.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, Lumi, even though you can't be here, I'm glad that you shared your recipe, and I hope you like it because it looks really good. I might have to mix this up. So we had a few people play along with us this week. So let's just get into that. Let me pull up the first one here. Karen S. On ELR, she did lime vanilla cream, #MB. She used 1% Vape Train Fizzy Sherbet, 1.5% TFA Key Lime, 0.5% Lemon's Kick by Inawera, 1% Vanilla Cream Extra by Wonder Flavors, and 3% Liquid Barn Vanilla Ice Cream. I really like where her head is at here, because if I was going to use a lime that wasn't Flavora, it probably would be TFA Key Lime, because it too is a very like sweet, bright, like candied artificial lime. And I love how she added more brightness and tartness with the fizzy sherbet. And if you guys haven't tried that Inawera Lemon's Kick yet, it's really good. It's real bright and kind of tart, you know, like it's got like a kind of like a tartness to it that I really enjoy. And of course, Vanilla Cream Extra is like,
I don't think I even have the lemon kick. I need to get it.
You should get it and try it, because I think if you like lemon, if you like citrus at all, I think you'll really.
But you know I don't, so that's why I would get it, is to try it.
Yeah.
See, you know, I'm always on the hunt for one that I can use and enjoy.
Yeah, I don't know if this one is that, because it's pretty in your face, but I like that it's so in your face. And of course, you know, Vanilla Cream Extra, that's my go-to vanilla, like when I want something rich and like a good decent vanilla. And like vanilla ice cream from Liquid Barn, you just can't go wrong there. This just looks really tasty, Karen. I think you did a good job, and I hope that you like it as much as I imagine that you would.
As much as your theory crafting brain makes you think it should be good. Right?
Yeah, that's right.
In your head, you pictured what that tastes like.
In my head, it's freaking delicious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to read off Darcy's.
All right.
How is that? So she has a pretty interesting looking one. She used Dew Mountain from Liquid Barn at 8%. That's a pretty good Mountain Dew flavor, by the way. It's flat, but it's a good Mountain Dew flavoring. Jackfruit from TFA at 2.5%. Now, jackfruit to me tastes like gum in a kind of weird way, but I would imagine it tastes bouncing off that Mountain Dew. I bet you it's just filling it out and doing something good. Strawberry sweet from Jungle Flavors at 2%. Vanilla bean ice cream from TFA at 3%, and then super sweet at 0.5. I mean, I see nothing wrong with this mix.
This looks really good.
It looks like a pretty good invention. I mean, I wouldn't have thought of putting those flavors together, but I mean, that's a way to use a flavoring that, I mean, that Mountain Dew from Liquid Barn, I probably wouldn't even know what to use it in. So it's a pretty good way to use a flavor that you have stashed away.
Yeah, this looks really good. And then
I might have to give that a try so that I can use some of my Mountain Dew from Liquid Barn.
Yeah, right? Yeah, I'm putting it on my list too to mix up, just because I haven't used Mountain Dew from Liquid Barn in so long, and I just got to do it.
Yeah, I've got like a 30 ml of it, so this gives me a reason to use it.
Absolutely. Darcy, this looks good. And you know what? Jackfruit by TFA, I don't even know if I have that flavor. You said that that's like, it tastes like a bubble gum to you?
Well, not a bubble gum. No, it tastes like a juicy fruit gum.
Oh, so I bet it's just adding to that like sticky sweetness that a slush has.
It is sticky sweet. And it's also got, I think it's got a lot of triacetin in it. So it's making it nice and smooth as well.
Yeah.
It's a good smoothing agent.
The only thing that I think might be out of place here is using the TFA vanilla bean ice cream, just because it's so heavy and buttery. You know, like it's not a soft serve at all, but
who knows? It might really be good as the cream base. I mean, that's used at Mountain Dew at 8%, and it's pretty tart up there. So I mean, it
yeah, it could hold some heaviness, I bet. Yeah, awesome. Darcy, thank you so much for sharing.
That Mountain Dew is pretty lemon limeish.
Yeah, it is. It is. All right. Rain, would you like to do the next one?
Yeah. That Noogie.
Noogie.
So he titled "Hit Some Green Stuff with Cream." Love the name. We have 0.5% of Citrus Maxima by Inawera. I've never heard of that flavor. 1% Flavora Cream. 0.75 Capella Hibiscus. 2% It's a Trap by Inawera. 0.5% Lime by Inawera. 0.6% Super Sweet Capella. And 2% Flavor West Yogurt.
Interesting. Yeah, I don't have that flavor. I've never even heard of that Inawera flavor.
He says Citrus Maxima is a pomelo grapefruit. It's a Trap is a mango without the pine note.
Yeah, okay. I remember them talking about It's a Trap on Noted last time. I guess it's supposed to be really good. Sam said that he really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I've heard of it too. I just haven't tried it yet. So
yeah, and then using Flavor West yogurt as the cream, like that's a good idea, because that's a real good creamy, not very like tangy. You know, it's not like a Greek yogurt or anything. So I bet that is pretty tasty in that. Very cool. Thanks, Noogie. Right. We've got one more, and since Lumi's not here, I will read it. It's from I Am Sam. It's entitled DQ Lime Float. And he did 0.75% Cap Hibiscus, 1.5% FA Ice Cream, 0.35% Flavora Lime, 1% Vape Train Shisha Lime, 1% SSA Sour Lime, 1% Flavor West Sweetener, which is just, I believe, 10% sucralose, and then 2% Vanilla Cream Extra by Wonder Flavors. So it looks really good too, Sam. A very well-rounded lime. like you hit it from every angle. You got the bright top notes, you got that bassy, sweet, mellow, note from Flavora.
Yeah, he built that lime and then threw some cream on it.
Yeah. Yeah, looks like a really good lime layer there, Sam. Good job. And Ren, good job with the percentages.
I like it. Looks good.
That's funny.
I like nice round numbers. They're just
Yeah, me
so
too.
pleasing.
I do too.
Round numbers make me happy.
Like sometimes when I like if I make a recipe and it's good, but I need it stronger, and I just boost my total flavor percentages. Those percentages go a little wonky. I round those out. If it's 0.2, if it's 0.22, it goes to 0.25 or 0.20, depending on what flavor it is. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I can't. And with most flavors, 0.1% isn't gonna make or break the bank. You know what I mean? Like it's not gonna change that much. So I just round to the.
Yeah, I do too. I round them off. Mm-hmm. Now there are some flavors, WS23, Florida Rich Cinnamon. That little teeny bit can make a huge difference.
Yeah, for sure. In fact, those flavors, cinnamon and honey and stuff like that, I have a dilution. I make a dilution because they're just so hard to work with. If you accidentally have like half a drop or something over, you're screwed.
Yeah. It's time to start over.
Yeah. So, all right, let's take a look at what we're doing for next week. I believe, Jennifer, did you pick this one out? I think.
Let me see.
I think that was James.
Oh no, James, our tech producer, picked the.
Jen's always last.
That's right.
She's always last to submit the recipe.
She's always, because we just do it based on no special order, just whoever puts it like in our secret chat or whatever.
And they always have to tell me 3 and 4 times to do it. So
she always is the last one to submit something. So she's always the last one to go last. So anyway, this one was submitted by Dave Bellows, and it's kind of gearing up for that fall themed stuff. I'm really excited for this one. You know me, I like bakeries and whatnot. So
and we don't know exactly what's inside of it or what flavor it is, and if that's just frosting that's colored.
Exactly. Use your
imagination. This really is good for the imagination.
Is it like a golden Oreo? Is it, is there something pumpkin spiced in there?
Yeah. Is it just crackers, rich crackers covered in something? I mean, who knows?
That's right. So I think
cake.
I've got a pretty good idea of what I'm gonna do for it, and I'm excited to try it. I think it'll be tasty. So that'll be fun. I think we're gonna go ahead and call it here now, guys. Unless there's anything else either of you would like to add, Ren or Jennifer.
No, I don't think I have anything for today.
Alrighty. Well, if you think
I just didn't make it to Gold City this weekend, so.
Oh, that's right. We'll have to do that sometime. If you guys like what we do and you want to support us in a fun, tasty way, head on over to DIYFlavorChaser.com and check out our one-shots. Or if you happen to be shopping at chefsflavors.co.uk, those same one-shots are also there under the MIXINVIXENS, so you can pick them up that way as well. Ren and I still have one-shots over at flavorjungle.com as well, if you happen to be shopping over there. If you'd love to throw us some love, we really appreciate it. If not, we love you anyway. Thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next week. Bye.
Bye, guys.